Today we are making some fancy mushrooms. I don't have a name for it. If you've got a better name for it, let me know.
Stuffed mushrooms?
Stuffed mushrooms. Yeah, stuffed mushrooms, yeah. Stuffed with whatever I could find. So I'm putting spring onion in. So I'm going to start with the spring onion, taking the tops off that because I don't want hair in my food. Grass hair. And then finally chop. You can use a blender. I don't know why I didn't think of that because I wanted it really fine. But then again, having little bits of chunks in there is even better. Just gives it a bit more of a, oh hello, pop of flavour. So I'm just going to chop this up nice and fine like. So let me get that in there. I might break this, like toss it around a little bit to break up the layers. Get something for that. So it goes around a bit better. Right, it's a little bit better. Didn't do as best as I thought it was going to do, but that's fine. So we've got some bacon as well. I'm going to put some bacon in it as well. So I'm going to put that on the pan now. All defrosted. Alright, well let's just get this warmed up. And like so. I'm going to use tongs instead of like a spatula or a wooden spoon or anything, so I can just sort of like toss it around like a salad. To make sure that everything sort of gets a little bit of a warm up. I should probably start turning that on because otherwise it won't be ready when I get around to it. So let me just turn that on real quick. I don't need that. Now that it's on, we once again, I know I say this nearly in every cooking video, but the oven's crap. And we have it on really high to get the temperature up, and then we just turn it down to a temperature we want to cook at because it takes way too long because I reckon the air inside is just a little bit too full on. Right, bacon is starting to simmer, that's good. Right, I'm going to keep that together. We do have some pre-grated carrot, so I cut out a little bit of that audio, a little bit of that noise. So, oh, and excuse the condition of the kitchen. A meal was prepared today. One that wasn't recorded, but regardless, we haven't had any time to clean it. So, I'm going to mix this into this bowl. So I'm using grated carrot just as a filling agent. I wanted to do other vegetables in that as well, but carrot was the most that we had on hand and the rest of the stuff was planned for other meals. So we're going to use carrot instead. We're getting that spring onion in there. And this is almost going to be like a vegetable base sort of thing. It's, as I said, not really a vegetable base, but it's going to have some goodness to it. And if your kids don't, if you've got kids or you've never had mushroom before, like I did many years ago, I didn't like mushroom just because I thought, okay, it's grown in the ground, it's a mushroom, I see them all on the ground all the time, but they're different. Mushrooms are flavourless almost. So they're a really good vegetarian base for stuff, like you could replace it, be a meat replacement as well. No, it doesn't have the meat flavour, but you season it right, and you'd be none the wiser. It's very tender meat. Go back over to the bacon, give it a toss and a stir. So it's not a very hands-on job, this meal. It's not a very technical meal to make. You don't even need carrot. You don't even need the spring onion. I'm just putting it in so I can build up the flavour. Right, I'm going to put some cracked pepper in there. I'd probably say that was at least a tablespoon. And then because the salt's going to come out quicker, it's going to be a lot less. And that would have been about a tablespoon as well. So now I've got my seasoned vegetable. Now in my little jar that I've got here is pre-minced garlic. So actual garlic cloves that were pre-minced earlier for another meal. And if you're anything like me or the family that I have, we are very keen on garlic, so I'm probably just going to put all of that in there. Except there's a big chunky bit now, I don't want that. But you know what? Maybe not the whole lot, because that is heaps humongous. 1 tablespoon, we'll say, is what I've used, but it's my recipe, not yours, so do with it what you will. So I'm going to give this a bit of a stir through, just to get some of that garlic separated so it's all clumped up at the moment. But I'm going to mix it in with the carrot and that'll help keep it all not so bound together. And then once the carrot is and all the spring onion is stirred around, we'll be able to start putting them mushrooms in the oven. Right, so now that that's done, I'm going to check your bacon. That is just about done. We'll move this out of the way now and we'll go on to the mushrooms. So these are really big mushrooms. Big base, allowing you to put your fillings on them.
I know you don't, but another thing you can use to fill out is to put the stalks in your filling.
You can, yes. You could use that and yeah, you blitz it and it becomes like its own little ingredient. But I'm going to take the stalks out, just because I didn't think of that in the first place. And might have to do that next time. Now, some people would take the skin off as well. I'm not going to. I don't see why. Doesn't smell like dirt. If it was dirt on it, like I've just picked it and for some reason there was dirt all over it, then yeah, I'd probably deal. So what I've done is I'll put on my carrot and the garlic and the spring onion, I'll put it in with the bacon. And I'm just stirring it through, so getting that all nice and all the flavours banging on together. I'm going to chuck a couple of eggs in too, so that wasn't a part of the recipe, but I figured why the bloody hell not. So 3 eggs. Alright, so 3 eggs in there. I'm taking this off the heat and just going to now mix this through. It's almost like I'm having bacon, egg and the veggie scramble, but not so much. So, don't need the heat no more. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Sorry about my distraction. There's a vehicle that was cruising around out the front. But, right. So we're not trying to make scrambled egg or anything. The fact that it's basically scrambled egg. But I'm not using milk or anything. I'm just, yeah, getting all that white and the yellow yolk mixed in through it, so it's an added extra flavour. And a bit of a binding agent too. So when we put some cheese on it, it'll be good. Fancy mushroom. So good. Right, grab cheese. Just enough. Put more on at the end if you want more on at the end. But just a sprinkle on. Now we just wait. Alrighty, so the rest of the cooking has now been done. I need my tea towel, so I don't burn my hands pulling out the tray. Alright. Turning the oven off, done. Yep, good. Right. Plate. So, ooh, nice and warm. So just melted Alrighty, so thank you very much for hanging out with me during my cooking session of making the fancy mushrooms, stuffed mushrooms. Actually, stuffed mushrooms is better, but it's almost, the problem is with stuffed mushrooms, or calling it that, is you can buy stuffed mushrooms from restaurants and things, and this isn't stuffed mushrooms. This is what I put in my mushrooms. I don't know, however you want to put it, you'll put it. So, fancy mushrooms, stuffed mushrooms. Can't wait to try these. These are my tea tonight. So thank you very much everyone for hanging out, and I really appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my cooking. Maybe even watch a video. I'll link one up here, or up here, wherever it is. And yeah, I'll keep an eye out for you the next time. Bye for now.